Chris, welcome to Toronto, first of all, and maybe just share a little bit of what this was like the last 24 hours.
Kind of crazy. I was in SAC when I got the phone call, walking into, we were about to go practice. So I had to, take my stuff off, go to my room, pack up, fly to Indy last night, got in at I think 1. And then I had a flight this morning, got here at 1 o'clock, and I had to do all the physicals and stuff. So I was on the move all day. I didn't even know I was going to play today, but they asked me and I was ready.
What's it like playing with a bunch of guys who you probably never met? Don't even know all their names.
Yeah, I don't know any of the plays. I don't know much, so I was just kind of trying to be in the right spots, try to make an imprint on the game on the defensive end, trying to get some steals. And then me and Scotty, I was setting screens and rolling like I was in Brooklyn again, so it worked, so I kept doing it.
Did you know that Darko actually studied your game the way you cut?
I did not. He told me a few years ago that he did. He looked at who was the best cutters in the league, and I was one. And I told him I was the best cutter in the league just because I played with great players at the time, so I had to figure out what worked and what kept me on the floor.
Sorry, go ahead. That was something that you really worked tonight. A lot of intuitive stuff, slipping on the screens, finding the backdoor stuff.
Yeah, now I don't know where my shots are going to be. In Indy, I knew exactly where my shots were going to be. So now I'm still trying to figure out the offense. I'm trying to learn the guys' games and where I can impact offensively.
What were your impressions when you found out about the trade and found out you were coming to Toronto?
Yeah, Toronto's a great city. When I've been here, I've had a great time. It's obviously a bigger city than Indy. But definitely different, going to a different country and then packing all my stuff. As I said, I was talking to Jordan Noir, this is my 4th team in 3 years. So I feel like I've been moving every few months. So I'm kind of used to getting up and going now.
Do you know any of the guys on the team well, or?
Not really well. Obviously playing against them, I know. Me and Dennis were in a great series last year in the Western Conference Finals. I know Scotty a little bit just because I went to Miami and they were recruiting him when he was young. So I got to get to know more of the guys.
There's the exception of the vets, obviously, in the room.
Yeah, GT old.
Yeah,
Thaddeus old. Yeah, I know.
With the exception of those guys, it's a pretty young team. You're an old 27 coming in. How much do you think your experience, specifically your championship experience, can help some of these younger guys?
I think it can help a lot, just like I did in Indy. I just try to share all the information that I got with the guys, just me going to the finals and winning the finals last year. Whatever they need to know, I'll let them know. But I'm not going to, at first, I got to get to know the guys, know their personality. I'm not going to just be not myself up front. So just trying to get to know everyone and get comfortable.
From afar, what has been your view of Scotty's game? And I know.
Yeah, Scotty is a dog. Yeah, Scotty's a dog. He's a top-tier superstar in this league. Can do everything. Last year he didn't shoot the ball well. This year you got to respect it. And he gets anywhere he wants. And he can guard 1 through 5. So I think he's a superstar in this league for sure.
What was the conversation with Jonte like about the jersey number?
It really wasn't. So MPJ hit me, his brother, on Instagram. It was like, congrats. And I was like, I looked at the available numbers, and I never wore any of those in my life. So I was like, I make enough to try to bribe him a little bit. So I asked MPJ if Jonte would give it up. He reached out, and Jonte said, yeah. So I'm thankful.
Any dollar figure you can disclose?
Yeah, I gave him 10. I thought he was going to ask for more. So I gave him 10. He said yes, and I was like, cool. 10K. You got it.
How hard is it going to be able to put an impression on a team in 41 games for you?
How hard? Honestly, I don't think it's going to be hard for me. The way I play is extremely hard. I've never really had a coach or teammates not like the way I play on both ends of the floor. So for me, I don't think it'd be hard at all.
You've played with a ton of really good players.
Mm-hmm.
Are there parts of Scotty's games that remind you of, or Scotty's game that reminds you of other players? He's totally different.
I got I mean, obviously played more with him. I didn't watch him much outside of playing against him. So if you have that question for me in 3 weeks, I'll let you know.
When you are preparing like a scout, you know, maybe it's not as deep as some assistant coaches, but when you come to a new team, do you tell guys like, hey, like in the scout, I was trying to exploit this from a defensive perspective?
Say it again?
When you come to a new team, you come new teammates, but you played against them before, like you said, you had battled.
Oh yeah, so what I was doing against.
You say like, this is what I was trying to take away from.
No, not really. I mean, we played them so long ago, so you kind of play one game and then you forget about it until we play them again, you know. So not really.